A house explosion in Dallas in 2011 critically injured 3 family members, including a 5-year-old boy. Pablo Mendez will never be the same again after painful surgeries to save his life. The cause of the explosion? Natural gas. And tonight, we have documents showing the hidden danger under thousands of homes. Every one of these dots you see spread across neighborhoods, rich and poor, represent the potential for disaster.
Channel 8's Brett Shipp joins us now with more on this story. Brett.
John and Gloria, 4 years ago, we exposed the deadly flaws of compression couplings in the Atmos gas distribution system. Tonight, a new warning about another potentially deadly natural gas problem, especially in the older sections of Dallas and Fort Worth. Tonight, News 8 investigates. At first glance, the Mendez family of Dallas appears happy and healthy. A closer look, however, reveals a horror they will never escape. For Juliana and Domingo, thick and painful scars on their torso and arms. For young Pablo, a more obvious reminder of September 18th, 2011, a night they all want to forget.
Yeah, I just felt a ball of fire, just burning. Then a few seconds after that, I just woke up on the floor.
The family had just entered their small apartment in southern Dallas, turned on a light when an explosion blew them to the floor. All 3 were critically burned and hospitalized in intensive care for weeks. Juliana and Pablo were close to death.
I would just hear them crying. It was terrible.
Hours after the explosion, Atmos Energy workers unearthed a clue. A 19-inch fracture in a cast iron gas main in the alley, 3 feet from their home. An 80-year-old pipe that experts hired by the family say was corroded, brittle, and destined to fail.
My God, I mean, the age of this and condition of it was filthy, it was pitted, it was dirty. It even had roots growing into the inside of it.
What does that tell you?
It's had holes in it for years and years and years.
Don Deaver is a former pipeline safety expert for Exxon. He says this particular cast iron pipe had been leaking for some time. Leaks in the line were later found up and down the alley. Deaver says Atmos should have known that the pipe would fail, just like thousands of other cast iron pipes in the Atmos Texas system have done for decades. You are looking at logs of cast iron leaks in the Atmos system over the past 4 years. More than 2,300 leak repairs, mostly in older neighborhoods in South, East, and Uptown Dallas, even in Highland and University Park. Older sections of Fort Worth are also heavily impacted. What's more, Deaver says cast iron pipes have a lethal legacy of failure.
This is an obsolete, inferior, degraded material that over time sees more and more things pulling and stressing out and causes it to fail. It's a collision course. It's a perfect storm.
In January of last year, an Austin man was killed when a cast iron pipe corroded and cracked, leaking natural gas into his home, which later exploded. 2011, Allentown, Pennsylvania. A cast iron pipe installed in 1928 was responsible for an explosion that killed 5. It's a problem that Atmos and other gas companies have known about for decades. In 1973, the National Transportation Safety Board, which regulates gas transmission lines, warned gas companies about corrosion of cast iron mains and to take necessary action. In 1985, the NTSB took a bolder step, warning gas companies of cast iron main failures and recommended that all cast iron mains should be phased out. In 1992, another NTSB advisory recommending gas industry operators adopt cast iron piping replacement programs. Intex, now called Centerpoint, did exactly that, removing all of the cast iron pipes from the city of Houston. The city's entire natural gas distribution system has been cast iron free since the early 90s. Meanwhile, Atmos still has 841 miles, more than 2% of its entire Texas system made up of cast iron. The vast majority still under the alleys and streets in Dallas. Atmos Energy has repeatedly declined to provide News 8 with a map of where the cast iron pipes are located. Clay Miller represents the Mendez family, which sued and has now settled with Atmos.
I think the citizens of Dallas have an absolute right, and they should know where this cast iron is. Because I think if more people knew that it was in their backyard, in their alley, and under their streets, the uproar after this type of incident would be so great that hopefully it would cause these cast iron pipes to get out of the ground.
Atmos Energy declined an on-camera interview to discuss the Mendez explosion and its aging cast iron system. In a statement to News 8, Atmos said its natural gas system is safe and reliable, that it monitors and surveys its pipelines at a frequency that meets or exceeds government standards. Atmos also says it has a proactive pipe replacement program developed in compliance with state and federal regulatory entities. Yet last November, the Texas Railroad Commission issued Atmos a notice of violation in connection with the Mendez explosion. The reason? Atmos had no cast iron replacement program in place. In fact, in a recent legal deposition, an Atmos representative testified,
"There is no proactive cast iron replacement program in Mid-Texas."
Meanwhile, young Pablo is just days away from another surgery to help his face and hands heal. What may never heal, however, is the fear his parents still feel, not knowing if the gas main behind their new house is cast iron and waiting to fail.
Makes me, well, it makes us pretty scared still.
Again, since Atmos would not provide us with a map of all the cast iron in its system, what we've done is taken the information that we have and we have put it on our website into an interactive map that you can go to. So you go to our website, WFAA.com, you click on the map and up will pop, you will see all of the little clusters. These are these red dots is where a cast iron pipe has broken and been repaired. And any place there's a cluster, it tells you that there is probably still cast iron in the ground. So I will just go in here and just click on, let's say, any point in Highland Park, and up pops a leak that was detected on January 5th of 2012. It was repaired a month later at 3637 Stratford Avenue. All this on our website, plus a search engine where you can plug in your own address to find out again where clusters of cast iron pipe is located. The bottom line is, if you smell gas in your neighborhood, call Atmos, call the fire department, be hyper vigilant, use your nose and use your head. Brett Shipp, Channel 8 News.